Hey, this is Ivan for Invisible Tech, and I've been using the Samsung S23 Ultra for the past 3 months. I can say that 99% of my experience with this phone has been great, but I'll share some details in the video that haven't been polished yet. First of all, I need to explain that I've been using the S23 Ultra as my work phone because I always carry an iPhone and an Android with me, and I usually use the iPhone more for personal use, while the Android serves as my work phone on a daily basis. However, I also have a non-work related apps installed on the S23 Ultra, such as Twitter, Kindle for reading books, YouTube, Call of Duty Mobile, and YouTube Music. Sometimes in my free time, I find myself preferring to use the S23 Ultra over the iPhone. It's true that the phone has always felt large to me, but now that I don't have the Samsung Fold, when I want to consume content like on YouTube, the screen with 6.8 inches of the S23 Ultra is amazing and makes me want to spend more time using the phone for everything. The build quality is simply exceptional. In my case, I haven't used a screen protector for these 3 months, and I can't see any damage to the screen at first glance. The matte finish on the back is very pleasant to the touch, and I have never dropped the phone or had any scratches. The ultrasonic fingerprint reader works flawlessly and quickly. Samsung has improved a lot since they first implemented this in the S10. One thing I love about this S23 Ultra is its performance and efficiency. It doesn't matter what you are doing or how many apps you have opened, the phone executes everything at an incredible speed, whether you are browsing heavy web pages, playing Call of Duty Mobile, reading through endless Twitter threads, or transferring videos from the phone to a directly connected USB-C SSD. One UI handles all tasks without any slowdowns or crashes, with software stability that I haven't experienced in a long time, and all of this without the phone heating up significantly. Samsung made the best decision for users by integrating the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 in all of the markets, including Europe. Another thing I love is that thanks to its 12GB of RAM, whenever I switch between multiple apps, they remain open and instantly responsive. In my case, I have the 512GB storage version, which allows me to record all my videos in 4K without worrying about space. But we'll talk about the cameras later. Something I'm barely using is the S Pen. Unlike the Z Fold 3, which served me well for taking notes in meetings or jotting down ideas, the tall and narrow aspect ratio of the S23 Ultra's screen makes it more difficult for me to take notes and makes me less inclined to write with the S Pen. Earlier in the video, I mentioned the performance and efficiency, and the battery life of this S23 Ultra continues to amaze me. I can confidently say it's the best phone I've had in this regard. No matter what I do throughout the day, I simply can't drain the battery in a full day with my typical usage. I always reach the end of day with at least 20% capacity remaining, and when I use it intensively, I usually get 7 hours of screen on time with the display refresh rate set to 120Hz and the resolution at the highest level. When it comes to charging, I prefer to plug it in and take advantage of the fast charging, as wireless charging takes quite a lot of time considering the battery is 5000 mAh. Regarding the cameras, this is where Samsung has surpassed itself, especially in the video recording department. And I'm not referring to recording in 8K, which I never do, but rather recording in 4K at 60 FPS. The level of detail and smoothness achieved by these cameras is spectacular, and it never ceases to amaze me that we can zoom optically up to 10x on a phone nowadays. The S23 Ultra maintains excellent video stabilization. The only issue I have with this phone and the camera system is that often when I take a photo or video of another phone, for some reason the screen appears slightly blurry with a low detail. I haven't been able to correct this issue despite changing the settings. It's a minor detail, but when recording videos for YouTube, it's important to me, and I hope Samsung can fix this with a software update that improves the image processing algorithm. In terms of ecosystem and functionalities, there are two features I've used occasionally. One is Samsung DeX, which has been useful for me on several occasions when I travel with just my phone, and then when I arrive at my parents' house, I can have a desktop computer by simply connecting it. Although these haven't been frequent, I would like to see other manufacturers develop something like Samsung DeX. The other functionality I use more frequently is the integration with Windows through Link to Windows, because it allows me to leave the phone aside and simply use my PC to answer any calls, open applications, or respond to messages. In summary, my experience has been very satisfying over these 3 months. What I like the most about the Samsung S23 Ultra is that it excels in everything it does, with exceptional software stability and performance. I love the camera system, especially for recording 4K videos outdoors and using the 10x zoom. However, I'm still torn between choosing a foldable like the Z Fold 3 or 4, which offers a larger screen with a more interesting aspect ratio for S Pen usage, despite being more fragile, or sticking with this S23 Ultra, which is a tank in terms of durability and excels in aspects like camera, battery life, performance, and screen quality. Thank you for watching my videos, and I would greatly appreciate if you could leave a like to help this video reach more users. See you soon, bye!